It's one of the classic destinations of whitewater slalom racing, challenging rapids in the heart of one of the world's most scenic cities, where new generations come to cut their teeth on waters that have developed many world and Olympic champions. Today, the whitewater community descends upon the Czech Republic, who plays host to the first Whitewater Slalom World Cup event of 2010. The name of the game? Power, Precision, and Podiums. Stick around for Whitewater Slalom World Cup action from Prague.
We
have 270 competitors from 38 countries competing for this World Cup, coming from all continents. So I think that the competition is going to be really great here. In fact, all the best paddlers from all over the world are taking part in the race, including Olympic winners, but the French team is missing. Slalom kayaking is a very popular sport in the Czech Republic. We can't compete with the popularity of football, but canoeing is a traditional sport in the Czech Republic, and in 2013, we will celebrate 100 years anniversary of Czech canoeing, and as a celebration, we will organize the World Championships. The history of this race of Prague-Troja started in 1983, when the course was built and opened. Since that time, it has become a training center not only for paddlers from Prague, but also from all of the country and foreign teams as well. The tradition of the Trojan Horse Prize started in the year 1983 too, and since that we've organized 8 World Cups, or World Championships, and the first academic World Championships.
Plus mistrovství světa a první akademické mistrovství světa.
History being made today at the Whitewater Channel in Prague. The first time women's canoe events have been contested in Whitewater Slalom World Cup action. 10 boats in the final today, and dropping in at the top of the course is Changcheng Teng from China. Changcheng in a canoe, kneeling on 2 knees, using a one-bladed paddle to work her way down the course, downstream through the green poles, and upstream through the red gates. And here she is working into one of those upstreams, just a little bit low, trying to get close to the wall where she can get more pressure on her paddle, get up through those gates quicker. At the bottom of the course, if you touch the poles, 2 seconds per each pole that you hit. 50 seconds if you miss the gate altogether. Nice work through the upstream at the bottom of the course. One last final up. Puts her head on the back deck of the boat. Great limbo around the pole. And off to the finish. A good start to the World Cup for women's canoe and China. Chen Chen's teammate, Nanjing Sun from China, in the middle of the course. Really getting nice extension, great limbo around the downstream in the middle of the course. Nice light strokes, keeping that boat on top of the water, nice and high into the upstream. Just a couple of strokes, she's back in the current, working her way towards the finish line. Very good run so far by the Chinese C1, nice and deep into the upstream, keeping her paddle out in front of the boat where she can get a lot of pressure and keep the speed of the boat moving. A sprint to the finish, a good start to the race for China. So it's Sun from China taking the gold, her teammate Teng taking the silver, and Makova from Slovakia taking the bronze. But the winner today, women's in canoe. Now it's the men's single canoe getting ready to tee it up at the first World Cup from Prague. The field is headed by Olympic champion Michael Martikon, but at the top of the course, his teammate Alex Slavkovsky. Alex has a very athletic background, very good at the winter sports, a strong skier, a strong snowboard. But now he is moving his canoe on the water, like the women's canoe, on his knees using a one-bladed paddle, trying to be as fast as he can around these poles, upstream around the red poles, downstream on the green. 2 seconds if you touch the gate, 50 if you miss it. But Alex paddling very strong through the middle of the course. Lots of athleticism, moving his boat very quickly, right around the upstream pole. That's about as quick as you're going to do it there. Consistency, power, finesse. Alex has a lot of good things going into the style. Coming around just on the edge of the wave, catches an edge and a few strokes low into the upstream. 1, 2, 3, back out into the current. That is going to cost him time in the final result. A good quick turn at the bottom. He's got to work now to make up some of that lost time at the finish line. He's a little bit off the lead. He is going to want to have that one upstream back again. Take another look. Just catches a little bit of an inside edge, the current pushing his boat downstream, and a few strokes low into the up. It'll have to be the next World Cup for Alex. Now at the top of the course, from Slovenia, Benjamin Savskic. The canoe class really picking up for the Slovenian team, and just at the right time, as Slovenia will be hosting the Whitewater Slalom World Championships later this year. But for now, Benjamin's just thinking about this first World Cup. Great upstream in and out at the top of the course. Nice, quick, light strokes. Doing a great job of keeping the bow dry on top of the water. That's going to allow the boat to keep moving well through the middle of the current. Quick backstroke, pushes right back into the middle where the most power is. Soft style surf the wave into the up. Nice paddling through the middle of the course. Seems to be keeping his good control on his energy level. Beautiful move around the stopper and right in and out of that upstream. Very strong paddling in the final for Benjamin. You can tell he knows he's on a good run, holding his lines very precisely. A sprint to the finish, and a great result for the Slovenian. Second place, he's happy with that run. Just leans back on the back deck of the boat. In and out, great edge control. Now representing the home team, Michael Yanni from the Czech Republic. The Czechs have such a great tradition of singles canoe. Lukáš Pollard, the Olympic gold medalist in 1992, trained on this very course. But now Michael making very nice work. The boat looks very light and easy. He knows every square centimeter of this course. Right around the upstream pole on the right side of the course. Has a nice mix of power, always knows what's coming next. Pulls the boat back into the middle of the current. He has a lot of support from the crowd cheering him on. Very proud country when it comes to whitewater canoeing. It's a very successful Olympic sport, always produces good results, makes the sports fans very proud. Great move around the stopper, in and out of the upstream on the river left side. Now at the bottom of the course, holding it together. His teammates running him down, cheering on the sprint to the finish. A great run for Yanni. That run, good enough for gold. The difficulty for me was to go into the final race. I did not expect it, so I'm really surprised by my gold medal. So it's Yanni from Czech Republic taking the gold, Savskic from Slovenia the silver, and Slavkovsky from Slovakia the bronze. 10 doubles canoe ready to start the final of the first World Cup here in Prague. The class is headlined by the Hawkshoorner brothers, the reigning Olympic and world champions. But dropping in first, the top of the course from Poland, Szczepański, Pakvala, So in the doubles canoe, you have two people in the boat, a bow man paddling the front, a stern man paddling the back. The rules are the same, as fast as you can around the poles without touching them. 2 seconds if you touch a gate, 50 seconds if you miss. The Polish crew looking good through the middle of the course. A very quick, agile, and light team using the water very well. The Polish team trains on this course quite often, very familiar with the water. They do a lot of training camps here. They participate in a lot of the races. They work well with the home team Czechs as well. Nice, calm, and relaxed, going into an upstream that's given a lot of boats many problems, but no problem for the Polish crew. You can see them building momentum, gaining a lot of experience here in this final, working together very nicely, strokes in unison, good sprint to the finish, and a great result for the Polish. The most anticipated boat at every World Cup race, the Hochschorner brothers from Slovakia, the reigning Olympic champions, the reigning world champions. They have redefined how a doubles canoe is paddled. They work together so incredibly well. They are so in sync on each stroke. Here in the middle of the course, taking a rare touch. Try to get back on line as they work their way towards the bottom of the course. In just a few short years at the Olympic Games in London, the Hochschorner brothers will be going for their 4th consecutive Olympic gold medal. That would put them on rare Olympic ground. But first, they've got to get to the bottom of this course here in Prague. It's giving the Hochschorners a few challenges, 4 seconds and penalties. They're really going to need to work hard. Big sprint to the finish. They won't be happy with that. They have higher standards. They are all about going for gold. Top of the course, Hu and Shu from China. Didn't see a lot of this team last year. They had big expectations for the Olympics in Beijing. They came up a little bit short, but just prior to the Olympics in Beijing, they really broke out at a World Cup race right here in Prague, winning their first medal. They'd love to repeat that performance again, maybe even do a little better. Guys are a very strong, very powerful team. They just look so comfortable and at home on this course in Prague. Don't know what it is that gets them feeling so comfortable here. They just seem to know what to expect before it's going to happen in and out of that upstream, working together very nicely through the bottom part of the course. Tight turn, they lose a little bit of speed right there, but they're back into the current. One big sprint to the finish line. Clean run. And a great result for the Chinese team of Hu and Shu. So it's Hu and Shu from China taking the gold, the Hochschorners from Slovakia taking the silver, and Szczepanski and Pogwala from Poland, the bronze.
You can see the start line behind me. There is, for example, I think 50 meters straight down paddling from the left side. Then you should go to the right side to gate number 2, and then you have to use the roll, which can a little bit shift you to gate number 3. Then you have to very quickly turn back to the right side to gate number 5. You can use a switch when you turn the boat again and go to the gate number 6. Which now we are staying in the second more difficult place. It's gate number 14 to 15. It's similar to upper part, but you have to use the wave, and when you use it exactly rightly, you will be in the gate without using too much power. So here is another difficult place because there is quite big hole where you have to be very careful on the balance of the boat, because when you make too big, not good balance, you will make an Eskimo roll and you lose everything. Now we are here near the finish line, where the course is only the straight, and you have to pedal and push and try to find the rest of your energy to push your boat to the finish line. And it's not only about the muscles, you also have to watch the streams and use the stream, the flowing of the water, to get the best time in the race.
Women's kayaks, 10 boats ready to start this final. The field headed by Jana Dukatova of Slovakia and the reigning world champion Jasmin Schoenberg of Germany. First off, at the top of the course, Fiona Penny from Great Britain. This British team is going to be looking forward to a home country Olympic Games in London in just 2 years. But first, Penny working her way through the upstream at the top of the course. British team very well supported, very well coached, good team environment, athletes working together. But right now it's just Penny on her own doing a great job of working through the upstream on the near side of the river. Very light, compact style, paddle staying very close to the boat, very vertical. Boat doing a good job of jumping over the waves and taking the high line above the wave into the upstream. A 2-second touch there. These athletes are seated in these kayaks, feet in front of them, blades on both sides of the boat. The rules are still the same, 2 seconds for a touch. And just one touch for Penny, and that puts her in a good position and a good start to the World Cup for Fiona Penny. Germany's Jasmin Schoenberg surprised the slalom world with a gold medal at the World Championships in Liceo d'Urgell last year. This year, looking to step up her game, a little more consistency, more good results. Paddling well at the top of the course here in the first World Cup from Prague. Jasmin doing a nice job pulling her boat into the middle of the current. Looks very much at ease on this water. Using the wave very nicely right in and out of that upstream. A product of the German team, the strongest team in canoe kayak, an excellent sprint program, an excellent whitewater slalom program, great clubs, a great paddling culture. Jasmin Schoenberg, nice move on the backwash of the hull, keeping the boat speed moving here at the bottom of the course. Just mixes a nice style of power and finesse on her way to the finish line. Strong race for Jasmin Schoenberg. It was very fine. It was a very technical course, and I'm happy to win the race, and I'm very satisfied with me.
Das war wirklich sehr gut. Ja, mein Ziel für die nächsten Weltcups ist einfach, dass ich unter die
My aim is to be on top 10 of all the World Cups and also at the World Championships. When I get to the finals, I will do my best to be in the first 5 and maybe win.
Ja, man sieht halt, was dann passiert.
So it's Schoenberg from Germany taking the gold, Penny from Great Britain the silver, and Stepanka Hilgertova from Czech Republic the bronze. And now it's time for the men's kayak here at the final of the first World Cup here in Prague. Olympic champion Alexander Grimm and world #1 Peter Kauser, the reigning world champion from Slovenia. But first, at the top of the course, Michael Kurt from Switzerland. Michael, very experienced racer, been in many finals, stood atop plenty of podiums, bearing the bow a little bit through the wave at the top of the course. Very strong but light paddler, making his way through the waves. These men's kayaks seated with their feet in front of them, using the two-bladed paddle. Michael looked like he's correcting a few mistakes right around the wave, pulling the tail around through the upstream. And now on his way to the finish. Nice paddling at the bottom of the course and a good start to the World Cup for Switzerland's Michael Kurt. Now on the course for the Czech Republic, Luboš Hilgert. And consider this a family affair. Luboš's mom, Stepanka, two-time Olympic champion. His father, a legendary Czech kayak. Look at little Luboš get that tail down in the water, bow up in the air, boat just swinging around. He trains on this course every day. The Czech team has high hopes for Luboš. Very quick, nice balance. Stays very low to the water, very relaxed. Got the hometown crowd behind him, cheering him on through the middle of the hole. Hops right around the upstream, back into the current. On his way to the finish, this is going to be a performance that Luboš Hilgert can build upon. Driving into the top of the course, Italy's Daniel Momenti, the most powerful men's kayak in the world today. He just puts those paddle blades in the water and the boat responds like that sweep right there that pushes him right out of the upstream and into the current. It doesn't seem to matter what country Daniel is paddling in. He brings the fans to his feet like he's doing right now here in Prague. Just pulling that boat, so responsive to him in every movement he makes in the paddle. Big sweep upstream, right back into the current. On the back deck, in and out of that upstream on the far side of the course. He is just paddling like he is on a mission, right through the middle of the hole. That doesn't slow him down. Right on the back edge of the boat and out of that upstream, into the final part of this course. Just has to hold it together on his way to the finish line. There is no doubt who the strongest paddler in the field is today. Italy's Daniel Momenti, showing some muscle. It was a really good race, and I did everything right. I have done a good semifinal without any risks, and I just repeat without any mistake in the final. And the time was really, really fast, and the others did not beat me, so it was a really good day for me. I hope to have my revenge at the next World Cup in Laseo, because last year in the World Championships, I had a 50-second penalty, so I would like to show that I can be fast in this race also. I really want to win the World Cup this year, so another medal in Laseo will be important for me.
España.
first World Cup of 2010 in Prague saw history, sportsmanship, and of course, gold medal performances. Exactly what Prague does best. Be sure to join us again next time for Whitewater Slalom World Cup Racing.